Hey everyone! Today we're diving into how to talk about where we live in German. This is super important for everyday chats. We'll focus on the verb wohnen, which means to live, and how to ask where do you live, using wo. We'll also cover essential words like house for house and Stadt for city, so get ready for a lot of fun learning. Let's kick things off with a simple greeting and introduction. Guten Tag, everyone. Welcome back. Let's quickly refresh our memories. We've already learned
Die Familie,
that's the family,
weil
means my,
die Schwester,
is the sister,
der Bruder,
is the brother, and
die Eltern,
are the parents. Great! Today, we'll be building on this family vocabulary with introductions and simple sentences.
meine Familie ist klein. Meine Familie ist klein.
Mein Bruder heißt Tom. Mein Bruder heißt Tom.
Ich wohne in London. Ich wohne in London.
Did you catch that? Emily said.
Ich wohne in London.
This means I live in London. Wohnen is a key verb here. It's regular, so it's easier to pick up. Check out the structure, ich followed by wohn live and then in London. This is the basic setup for saying where you live. Now, let's go over how to ask the question.
Wo wohnst du? Wo wohnst du?
James just asked,
Wo wohnst du?
which means where do you live? Notice how the word wo starts the question. This is really important in German. Questions usually kick off with the interrogative. Also, pay attention to the verb wohnst. This is the informal U form of wohnen. It's a slight twist from the I form. Let's see how Emily responds.
Ich wohne in einem Haus. Ich wohne in einem Haus.
Great job, Emily said.
Ich wohne in einem Haus.
Let's break it down. In means in, and einem is the dative form of eine. This is because in often needs the dative case when talking about location. Don't stress too much about this yet, but keep it in mind. House means house. Now, let's practice with another question.
Ich wohne in einer Stadt. Ich wohne in einer Stadt.
Notice how Emily used
In einer Stadt.
again, in needs the dative case and stat is feminine, so it changes to einer. This is a bit different from English, which doesn't have case systems. Getting the hang of these cases will take practice. Let's try a more formal way to ask the question.
Wo wohnen Sie? Wo wohnen Sie?
James
used
Wo wohnen Sie?
the formal way to ask where do you live. Sei means you, formal. When talking to someone older or in a professional situation, it's always polite to use the formal you. Notice how the verb changes again to wohnen. See how the verb adapts depending on who you're chatting with? German is really careful about this. Now Emily will answer.
Ich wohne in der Nähe des Parks. Ich wohne in der Nähe des Parks.
Emily just said,
Ich wohne in der Nähe des Parks.
which means I live near the park. In der Nähe means near. Remember that des Parks is the genitive form, which we won't cover fully today. Just note that prepositions often require these changes. Let's stick to the structure and verb conjugation.
Wo wohnt dein Bruder? Wo wohnt dein Bruder?
James is asking,
Wo wohnt dein Bruder?
meaning where does your brother live? Dein Bruder refers to your brother. Notice how the wohnt is used, which corresponds with he since the brother is male. Asking about others is a natural extension of this lesson.
Wohnt in Italien. Wohnt in Italien.
So, we've learned to say where we live and ask others using
Wohnen.
and. Remember, wo always kicks off the question and the verb comes next. Plus, keep an eye on those dative case changes within. Now, let's quickly review some key sentences for you to practice. Let's recap. We learned how to use wohnen to express where we live, how to ask wo wohnst du, wo wohnen sei, and recognized the importance of the case system, especially within. Keep practicing and listening to native speakers. It's key to improving your pronunciation and understanding. Keep up the awesome work.
Ich wohne in einem kleinen Haus. Ich wohne in einem kleinen Haus. Meine Adresse ist schön. Meine Adresse ist schön.
Today, we'll delve into prepositions used with
Wohnen.
while we've used in for cities and countries. German offers specific choices depending on the location. Understanding these nuances is vital for accurate and natural-sounding descriptions of where you live. We'll cover and off, in, bei, and for.
Ich wohne an der Wand. Ich wohne an der Wand.
And is used when something is located on a surface. Think of a picture hanging on a wall or a lamp on a table. It's crucial to remember that and always takes the dative case in this context. Mastering this helps avoid grammatical errors and improves the precision of your sentence.
Ich wohne auf dem Dach. Ich wohne auf dem Dach.
Off translates to on and indicates a location atop something. This could be a roof, a chair, or a table. Like and off often takes the dative case, especially when referring to a specific surface or object. This makes accurate preposition usage extremely important.
Ich wohne in der Nähe von Berlin. Ich wohne in der Nähe von Berlin.
When expressing you live near a place, you'll use the phrase.
In der Nähe von.
Notice the preposition von always follows in der Nähe. This is a fixed phrase and a crucial element of expressing relative location accurately and naturally in German. Pay attention to the dative case.
Ich wohne vor dem Bahnhof. Ich wohne vor dem Bahnhof.
Means in front of or before. It communicates a relative position. Like and off. Usually requires the dative case. This preposition is essential when describing locations relative to something else. We consistently see dative cases with these prepositions.
Ich wohne bei meiner Familie. Ich wohne bei meiner Familie.
Bei signifies at, near, or, most commonly, with when referring to people.
Ich wohne bei meiner Familie.
Means I live with my family. Be sure to use the dative case when using.
Wohnen.
With bei, this is a frequently used phrase.
Wo wohnt deine Oma? Wo wohnt deine Oma?
Notice here the question uses the formal form, demonstrated by
Und.
asking about someone else's location professionally or respectfully necessitates this form. Remember the verb always comes first in German questions using question words like. It's essential to use the correct form of
Wohnen.
exclamation.
Meine Großeltern wohnen in einem Altersheim. Meine Großeltern wohnen in einem Altersheim.
Let's recap. We've covered the use of prepositions and with.
Wohnen.
Remember that the correct preposition depends on the precise location and can drastically change the meaning. Don't forget the dative case's importance.
Ich wohne gegenüber dem Museum. Ich wohne gegenüber dem Museum.
Today, we'll learn about possessive adjectives, words like my, your, his, her, its, our, and their. In German, these adjectives change depending on the gender and case of the noun they describe. They come before the noun and agree with it. This is a key grammatical concept for accurately describing belongings and family relationships. We'll focus on mein, my, dein, your informal, and sein, I, her, sein, his, her, its.
Das ist mein Haus. Das ist mein Haus.
Notice that
Bei.
and
Bei.
don't change forms based on gender. That's a simplification. Consider the noun's gender when speaking. Masculine equals der, feminine equals die, neuter equals das. While
Bei.
and
Bei.
remain the same. Understanding the noun's gender is crucial for correctly utilizing other adjectives in the sentence. For example, if it was my car, you would still use
Ein Auto.
because
Doch.
is neuter. A common mistake is trying to force changes that aren't needed with these possessive adjectives.
Das ist dein Fahrrad. Das ist dein Fahrrad.
Okay everyone, That brings us to the end of today's lesson on talking about you live. You've learned some really useful phrases and grammar to describe your home and family's home. Let's just quickly recap what we've covered. We talked a lot about the verb and how to ask questions using. Now, let's test your understanding with a quick quiz. All right, quiz time. Question 1. What was the main topic of this lesson? Was it greetings, family, where you live, or ordering food? The correct answer is where you live. This lesson was completely dedicated to learning how to talk about your location and the location of your family. Next question. What is the German verb?
Wohnen.
In English, is it to be, to have, to live, or to eat? It's to live.
Wohnen.
Specifically means to reside or inhabit a place. Last one. How do you form a question in German using? Do you start with the subject, the verb, put, at the end, or use do or does? The correct answer is start with the verb. In German, questions often begin with the verb, especially when using question words like
Probiert es jetzt selbst aus. Beschreibt, wo ihr wohnt, in den Kommentaren unten. Probiert es jetzt selbst aus. Beschreibt, wo ihr wohnt, in den Kommentaren unten.